I think that's a lost thing, that people don't spend enough time in their own minds. You have to come up with the concept of what your life should be, what you want it to be, and what you envision it to be. Then you can go out there and make it happen. But you are the architect. If you don't have a plan, it's never going to happen.
If you chase purpose and your goals, the numbers will follow.
Yes. Welcome to The Real Deal with Allan and Andrew. We're here to bring you unfiltered conversations about real estate, real life, fatherhood, all the things that all encompass. This is the inaugural show. We'll try to keep this coming to you as much as you want to click it, view it, listen to it, repeat it, send it, share it, retweet it, any of those things. But let's go ahead and get started. Thank you for spending some time with us today. We will have some cool guests on the show from time to time, but you can always count on Allan and Andrew keeping it real.
We're going to start this first one off introducing ourselves and explaining why we are here. If you want, we can go ahead and start with who we are. So,
yeah, I think good question. The mission, who we are, is one and the same, right? Why I'm here is to put out good, real quality content for, like-minded men. I think we've all started somewhere, and either you are somewhere where you want to be, or you're trying to get to a place of a point where you aspire to be. So we're all still on that journey, unless, you've made it, and you're probably not sitting here listening to this podcast because you're on a boat in some Crocs or Sperry's. You're really here. Like, you're chilling.
They're going to be listening as
okay, well, you're listening too then. So thanks. Shout out to you, Pops, for all y'all Pops out there watching this, and granddads. But our mission is the most important thing. I think as men, you need to have some sort of a mission statement per se. You need to have some sort of principles and integrity that you live and stand behind. So our mission was to just get out here and give the real side of things, because one thing we talk about, and we hopefully live this, is we're not the guys out there looking for praise. We're not out here trying to win awards and accolades. We just do.
This is going to be the only time you hear me talk in front of a camera. But like you said, real estate, real life, real conversations. Hence, Real Deal with Allan and Andrew. He's going to talk about himself, but I'm going to go and talk about myself first. Kind of lead it. When we're talking about ourselves, we're going to talk about our backgrounds, business, family. Probably going to be very transparent throughout all the series, all the episodes. We're both very transparent people. But with me, Allan Andrew Daly, I am a father and husband first, or husband and father first. That is my everyday life. Sometimes I tend to put business a little bit behind my family, but when it's time to get down to business, obviously we need to mouths to feed. We gotta put food on the table. So
that's an interesting point, because sometimes I feel like the business comes first, but I feel like if you are, I think of one thing I always say is like, my home is my solitude, right? Like that's when I live far as shit. I enjoy driving out to my, to my lair, that's my sense of peace, my sanctuary. But when I leave my house in the morning, it's like I'm going to battle, I still think of myself in this like barbaric like version of like, and I know it sounds crazy, but I'm going out to hunt, I'm not going to go kill a buffalo, but I'm gonna go get a deal,
right,
or 2 or 3. And I'm gonna make sure my team gets some meat as well. We're all getting the kill. So it's like, but I also know like once I leave my sanctuary, and now we have this thing where you don't even have to leave home. You're still getting the,
right,
everything's coming straight at you as soon as you wake up or pick this up. But in that journey of going out to hunt, if we are going to be at our full potential, if we are going to live at our highest purpose as a man, that business can come before family and wife and kids at times. I mean, and I think that's looked at negatively sometimes. I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's expected that we put business work first. I mean, growing up, that's all we saw.
Yeah.
I think in our generation, we tend to now balance that life. So it's really just having a balance, which is why I say either sometimes it's family first or sometimes it's business first. It's just having that balance between those two, because there's a lot of other things we could do in life. You got so much access to do whatever you want to do, especially as you tend to grow and become more successful. But putting the family and business up at the forefront is my main goal. I'm sure it's his
I
too.
think it should be all of our goal.
But
Like,
yeah.
but I think, like you said, it balance, and I hate that. I hate that word balance because it's like it's not real. Like, there's
That's
no
why I only
such
balance
thing.
those two.
Yeah,
'Cause
like there's if I'm balanced, I feel like my right arm is 80 pounds and my left one is 15. Like the way I feel like the days go sometimes.
Right.
It's like you're trying to give this time and energy, and then something else comes up that's pressing, and it's like it's a struggle every day. But if you're doing things and you're active and you're out there creating, like, you're going to be pulled in different ways. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think everyone is we should always search and seek this thing we call balance. I don't know what a better word would be. Harmony. I like the word peace. But, I think we need to be okay with accepting each day is going to have its ups and downs, and it's just how we kind of navigate through them.
I think if you do try to have balance, that's when you get the anxiety, the frustrations, the stress comes.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm at a place in my life, it's two things right now. It's family and business.
Mm-hmm.
I could add other things. I would even say I put family and business before myself right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a bad thing? To some it may be.
Yeah.
To some it's not.
Yeah.
But that's who I am right now in my current
Yeah.
state of life. And I guess that leads into background. I won't say be too transparent. It might come throughout this podcast, just like he said, he will not talk about himself, but I know how to get him to talk about himself. So I grew up military household. Mom was in the Air Force. Dad was in the military at some point in time. I'm the youngest of 3 kids. Moved in San Antonio, Texas in 98. Born in Georgia, but moved here in 98. And that military life travel can kind of, I guess there wasn't so much family oriented in the military, because they'll move you whenever they want. So I think that's where that came from. But also my wife, which is part of who I am, is very family oriented. She's Filipino. They are family. So having her and me merge into one, it creates this, I don't want to say balance, because I'm trying not to say balance. But yeah, we'll find a word for that. But yeah, so that's that. Went here, grew up here pretty much most of my life. Went to Warren High School. From Warren, went to UTSA, played sports, which is why both of us played sports, which also has caused me or developed the person I am today. Went to UTSA, did the school thing, did the 9-to-5 career thing. And then from there, it led me to, and we'll get to it sometime throughout these podcasts, from there, it led me to real estate, leaving corporate and jumping into real estate.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
What was your first year in real estate like?
2017, October 9th. It wasn't good. just being straightforward.
You didn't sell $1 million listings, get rich,
Didn't
buy a Corvette, and wear Gucci shoes.
Nope. In fact, I started as a wholesaler.
Yeah.
And don't believe the hype of what you see on social media. In wholesaling, you can go days, months. Some people can go a year. And I would even say as a real estate agent, same thing.
Can you explain what wholesaling is? Because I don't think the world really knows.
It's a form of investing without having to put your own money or capital up.
Okay.
Except earnest money, which it could be $1. Only takes $1 to open up title. You're assigning the rights of your contract to another party for a fee. So, for instance, I purchase a house. My name is on the contract to purchase 123 Main Street at $100,000. I then find an end buyer that is willing to buy that same house for $110,000, and I assign my rights on this contract over to them for a $10,000 fee. Boom. You just got to, and it sounds easy.
Yeah.
And that's the quick thing of wholesaling. But sounds easy, but it requires work.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I think that's one thing people are very good at is going on social media, making everything seem like it is so easy to go make $100,000, go make $1 million. Just buy my course and I will teach you how to make $1 million wholesaling when in fact they probably never wholesaled a house before. It's wild out there.
You see, well, when I was doing it, you saw that a lot. It's different today. There's AI, there's the people in other countries that make phone calls for $1. You have all that. When I started, it was you did everything yourself. Drove for dollars, knocked on doors, called 500 leads.
You remember knocking on doors?
I knocked on about 10 doors on the east side and never did it again.
I don't blame you. That is tough work. All the door knockers out there, we salute you. Props to you because that's some real work. It takes some, those things to get out there every day. So that is a character builder, I like to say. There's certain things that you do. My first job at 15, I worked at this place called Valare Pizza. That was interesting. Like I never worked around in a kitchen. There was lots of different ethnicities in there, different, older folks. And I'm 15 thinking I'm, going to come in here and run circles about everyone. I was doing the dishes, mopping the floors. And I feel like there's character building things that shape your future. Like I'm sure knocking on those 10 doors, but you also mentioned cold calling, which if you can learn to be comfortable with being told no, character builder, because you take that skill and you can apply it to so many things.
I drove the doors, I just didn't knock. So I did do a lot of driving with my Honda Accord that I had. But hey, I don't want him to get away from it. Tell us about yourself, Andrew Barlowe.
Man, I guess I'm a guy from Austin, Texas. I'm a San Antonio native now. This is home. But again, like Allan, I'm a father, entrepreneur, friend to some good people. And, I'm just here trying to build some cool things with people that I love.
What do you do? Real estate and what else?
So I hate titles, but I guess what I like to call myself is I'm just a creative problem solver. I mean, that's what I do every day, whether it be in real estate, hospitality space. We have some bars called Sip It, drinksipit.com. Check out the Instagram. Barlowe Daly Realty, Barlowe Daly Property Management. We have development that we're working on. So there's many facets of things that we do in a daily basis. Most important being fathers, partners and, husbands and things. But I just go out every day and just try to either create something cool, solve a problem. And I think if I do that highly efficiently and do it well, success will come.
I think you were the youngest business owner that was a true business that I knew at the time.
Oh yeah, that was the call center days, baby. So
he took a different route, but you're going to see that you got two different people ended up on the same path, took different routes to get here, but it's going to be good. But yeah, he I think that was 2017, 2018. He had a call center business, and I'm sure you still do.
Still rocking, baby.
But he had that at 2017, so that means we were 27. He had an office. It was legit. First, I mean, I had a business at the time too, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. What is a business?
What is a business? That's a great question because a lot of people out here these days playing business. Like you cannot play business. Like you're going to get yourself hurt, in trouble, and people around you because those are the ones that are going to believe in you and follow you. But a business, I mean, it again is something that is created to solve a problem. Or create a solution to a problem, right? Or make people's lives easier. So it's something that does that for a profit. It's not always about the money. The profits could be used for various things. It could be used for charity. Charities are highly efficient businesses if they're done very well, and they do a lot of good for the world. But a business should have a product or a service. There should be, an infrastructure behind it. There should be systems in place. And again, it should go out and solve problems. So many fake business people playing business out here.
So can you have a business, or is it a business if you are still working it?
Oh, 1,000%. I mean, and there's plenty of people that are successful 1-2 man shops. But I think like we get so caught up on keeping up with the Joneses, right? You know, I think everyone wants to be something that they have an idea of, but you really and I think that's a lost thing, that people don't spend enough time in their own minds creating. You have to come up with the concept of what your life should be, what you want it to be, and what you envision it to be. Then you can go out there and make it happen. But you are the architect of that life. And if you don't have a plan, it's never going to happen. Some people get lucky, they win the lottery. 9 out of 10 times they're broke in 10, 20 years because they didn't have a plan. They don't have a roadmap. They're just winging it. And that's no way to live life. To answer your question, you absolutely can have a successful business, because maybe that's all you want. Maybe you were, at the makeup counter at MAC Cosmetics at the mall, and you're like, I'm really passionate about lip gloss. I don't even know. That's makeup, lip gloss?
Yeah.
Passionate about lip gloss, right? I'm going to go create my own lip gloss that's organic. It comes from the earth, and you create your product, you sell it, you distribute it. If that's your passion and you're happy and you make money, that's a pretty damn good living to me.
And I guess this is where I'm trying to get at. There are business owners, and then they're self-employed.
Absolutely.
Are the people you describing a business owner, or are they self-employed? Like, for instance, when I had that wholesale company, it had a business name.
Yep.
I provided a service, but I did every work. There was no one working for me. Was that being self-employed?
This is a good,
and we kind of,
this is a good topic. I mean, to me, that's a business, right? You're running the business of, whatever the name was, whatever, call it the entity. But I mean, that's a legit business. But again,
just wasn't ran successfully.
I mean, it's like, what's the goal, right? If that was the goal, because to me, my ultimate goal is freedom, right? Like, I enjoy being able to spend my time exactly how I choose to. If the kid has lunch, daddy can be there with Chick-fil-A, and practice. I can be there in my shorts and sandals, and no one can tell me I need to be somewhere at this time. If not, you're getting fired. Like, are you kidding me? I would go nuts. But that is just me, and a lot of pressure from other, because it's not easy, right? Just people think, just because you run Barlowe Daily Realty, that you have no responsibilities, or you just have your own schedule. Like, they have no idea what your day actually looks like, the amount of times your phone rings, the problems that come with that, and potential lawsuits, and all the risks that you take on,
For sure.
They just see names on logos and all the glitz and glamour that come with it. But it's all about everyone's kind of desire. I think you can be very successful running your own self-employed business, or if your goal is to scale and have 100 people in your organization, props to either one if they're chasing, what they desire. Yeah. So let me ask you a question. Who is your team? Because I'm still with America's team. I don't care how terrible Jerry Jones' toupee looks. Cowboys are still my team. It's painful.
Who's my team? I am.
Who you got?
Like I said, I was born in Georgia, lived there till I was 9. So I became a Falcon fan and a Georgia Bulldog fan.
Can you do the Dirty Bird?
No. I don't think I ever even
Man,
tried.
what happened to like the celebrate? I guess like there's a whole new wave of like celebrations.
They dancing.
Like, you got
they doing them little
Justin Jefferson. You got
they doing all the TikTok dances. But Atlanta Falcons, who I wanted to talk about America's team, but I can't talk right now because the time of this recording, we just got killed by Carolina Panthers, 30-0.
Yeah, y'all need to just.
But don't talk about y'all.
No, we are like I don't understand. I don't understand, but I'm gonna stay faithful. I'm gonna stay loyal, and we're gonna stay together. United Cowboys fans, let's go. NBA is coming up soon. Who you got? What do you think of the Spurs?
I started liking the Spurs when they weren't good.
Okay.
I didn't care about the team. I was a LeBron fan.
Okay.
Hawks fan for a good period of time, but when LeBron got in the league, wherever LeBron go, I went. But now, living in San Antonio, and I remember the free coffee from Valero when Spurs won a playoff game.
Yeah.
The city, everything is good. Now that I love San Antonio, Spurs is my favorite team.
I have to say the way that the Spurs organization is tied into the city, it's like the heartbeat. Spurs are doing good. I feel like traffic flows better. I feel like the tacos taste better.
Everything.
You know, the horchata tastes better. It's just the city is on a vibe when the Spurs are doing good. It's lovely.
Sure.
But you brought up a good topic. LeBron James, like, what do you think? Like top 5, top 2, top 1?
1.
Okay.
Top 2, but not number 2.
Okay. I'm going to have to go top 2 on that one. Number 2.
Number 2.
And I mean, I hate even debating because Jordan is great. LeBron is great. Why do we have to put this person to be better than this person?
You don't.
Appreciate the greatness. It's like...
You don't. Me and one of my mentors get into it every day. If you check my Instagram, it's LeBron, Jordan. But I'm a fan of both. You can't take away LeBron's greatness of 20 plus years, dominating every era he's been in. And you can't take away Jordan reshaping sports, basketball, name,
culture,
image, and likeness. 6-0. Well, no, he's technically, my thing would be he's not technically 6-0, but in the championship, he hasn't lost a championship game that he's stepped foot on.
My thing is I cannot stand ignorant sports fans. You hear people say, LeBron is terrible, LeBron sucks. It's like, well, let me see you play one-on-one against LeBron. Like, people talk about Dak Prescott all the time. Like, this dude is a premium athlete. Like, let me see you do what the things that this man does against the top competition on a Sunday in front of 60,000 fans. You know, I can't stand when people critique these athletes. Yes, just like in our daily jobs, you know, there's performance, you know, we see things that we wish would play out better, you know, but it's like, I can't stand, and I guess it's just the athlete in me. When I hear people say, oh, this person is terrible, this person sucks, he's sorry, I'm like, let me see you take your ass out there and dunk.
Nah. And they try to mix their personal life with their, you know, they can't separate the two and things like that.
Half the time they can't even get off the couch. Like, you like, what?
And when the thing about LeBron and Jordan, going back to that, is they both were great basketball players and they both are great business.
Oh, incredible. I mean, the empires that they've both created, I mean, to come in and create billion-dollar empires, I mean, is very admirable.
LeBron probably had the playbook a little earlier on because I think he's the first billionaire player while playing.
Yeah, that is true.
Because I think he's $1 billion, right?
He's a billionaire. His net worth is, I think, 1.6.
Yeah, he's at $1 billion and he's still playing.
Yeah.
Jordan, I think, touched $1 billion when he became an owner of Charlotte.
Let me ask you a question. I think every man goes through this period where I think it's a societal thing where they have this number. And I've been asked this many times.
We talked about this.
And I really hate the question. But they're like, what's your number? How much money do you need to make? How much money do you want to make? And I think when I was younger, I spent so much time like, I want $100 million. And it was just this number that was always on my head. I woke up and I'm thinking about 100 million. I just want to hear your thoughts on, do you feel that the young guys out there, you know, getting out of college, going into college, or you're just getting into a new profession, should you be having a target, a number that you're chasing?
Just talked about this with a new agent that just onboarded today. If you chase purpose and your goals, the numbers will follow. Right?
Yes.
So, couple things. I don't chase so much a number, but I know what number I need for what I want to do. I can't say I want $100 million and I don't even have a plan, a blueprint. Just like you just said, people win the lotto and then they go broke quickly, right? Because they don't know what to do with this money. The dollars that, or the amount of money that I want is for what I want to do in life, whether it's for what I want for my family, I want for my friends, what I want for the people around me, what I want to do. Like, because obviously you do need money to make money.
Yeah.
Or to make, a good amount of money. So if you were to ask me, and it changes every year from yearly what my goal is.
Yeah.
I'm also
because that number should be moving. It should not, your goal at 21 should not be the same number at 25 as it is at 40.
Sometimes it might decrease,
It
though.
should be It should be moving.
It should be moving.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. As you get older.
it should be moving.
Yeah.
Because your life, you should be getting a little more wise. You have different desires, and sometimes it may just become a little more simplistic, which there's nothing wrong with that. We don't have to, life is not about your bank account, I think you just said something good, you need money, let me see you try to go to Applebee's with no debit card,
It's
you need money, but, I think you need to, again, determine what is your ideal lifestyle, and then you can kind of build around that.
And that's where I think life experience shapes where we are today, sports. You don't necessarily chase a number. You're chasing a goal. I want to win MVP, or I want to get a championship, or something, whatever it is, player of this, player of that. But you don't technically know how many sacks you need, how many points you need, whatever, how many wins you need. You just need to step up to the plate and just give your all. And then at the end of the year, that assessment will come. So you have to chase a purpose, a goal. The goal isn't 45 points in a year. The goal is to be MVP. So I just know every time I step on that court, or every time I go to work, or whatever that case may be, you just have to give it your all. So that's why I don't feel chasing the numbers.
I agree. It's something I feel is just most important. I feel that the Lord is not here to reward the man that has the biggest pockets. The Lord is going to reward the man that has the biggest purpose. If I can go out and kill it, and I have a plan to go out and help my community, I can go out and help some young men or young ladies and help them achieve their goals, then we're winning. Like, that is who is going to be poured into. It's not just, I want to achieve more so I can have more. No, you need to achieve more so that you can do more. And that's how we become a real impact.
Let's go back to one thing. We do real estate. Can you describe, because you asked me about wholesale, but can you break down a recent deal that you've done and give us the lesson you've learned from it?
Yeah, let's dive into one. I'm gonna dive in from the side of wisdom that came from a transaction. So I had a client, reach out, and they're looking for a complicated deal, right? So phone rings, got you, whatever you need. Jump in head first, start working the deal. It's not an easy one, right? So there's lots of back and forth, tug of war with agents, brokers.
I know.
Lots of pieces to the puzzle for this one. But I love the clients. They're good people. I saw them at this house. The lady's face just lit up. I'm like, you need this. She needs to be in this kitchen. Whatever I have to do to get these people in this kitchen, it's going to happen. He was looking at the garage. He's a car guy. I'm like, he needs this garage. So long story short, we get to a place where both parties feel they can meet. But I, see a problem, let's go solve it, I did not take the steps to put all of the paperwork to protect myself in place. Everyone else was protected. Everyone else got what they wanted out of it. And I did in the end, because I got to see my friends in their home and actually go to their housewarming party. And they were so happy and in love. And that house will bring love for years to come. but my pockets were a little empty at the end of the deal when everyone else's seemed to, benefit from, the work that I put in. So it's a known thing, and we preach it to all of our, I don't care what company we're in, we have systems in place to make sure that we don't run into these things. But, sometimes I will just jump in and I'm, just thinking if I do the work, if I do the right thing, if I help, then it's going to come back to me. And that time it didn't. These
It
guys
wasn't
did.
instant gratification.
It
But
was in
something
a sense. I didn't get the monetary,
you gained.
reward that I should have had I've just done what I needed to from the beginning instead of expecting the others to do right. So I think the lesson out of that was, and it's something that we live by in corporate and all the, companies that we run is, no one fires themselves. You sign on the dotted line agreeing that you're going to do these duties. If you perform, you're going to get this. If you do not perform, there's the door. It's always just, following the guidelines and like staying true to it. So that was just kind of a lesson that I learned on that one. The lesson, guys, always cover your butt, use your documents, make sure everything is taken care of and in place, because you don't want to be in a position where someone does not value, the time, energy, and effort. People are selfish. They are going to take if they have the ability to take.
I'm going to tell you what I learned from this deal. It's something me and him both have in common. At the end of the day, yes, protect yourself. He didn't gain money right then and there or whatever it may be that some people are in real estate for. There was a bigger picture that was gained, and it was a friend, a client, a new client, and on someone else's end, they lost, I don't know if they're friends, a friend and a client, because they did choose money first. Sometimes looking just for the money, you might have gained whatever the amount was, 3, 4, 5, 20, 30,000, whatever it could have been on that one transaction. You might have gained that one time, but you lost a friend, you lost future clients, because in real estate, they always said for every one client, you should gain 3 more clients after. That person, boom, they just shut the door off of greed. So yes, protect yourselves, but also put the client's needs first.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people too, they just they play the short game. Life is long. Life is about relationships. If you build strong relationships, they will last the entirety of a lifetime.
It brings me back to one of my first residential real estate deals as a realtor. A particular client wanted a property listed at $700,000, and they wanted it at $605,000. It's brand new built. And this was in 2019? And to get the deal done at $620,000, it required some sacrifices on my end. But they say don't discount yourself, right? You hear that all the time. Don't discount your services as an agent, right? Well, on this particular deal, I thought long term, and I don't even think I was thinking long term at the time. I was just thinking like, let me make sure this person gets this deal. So at $620,000, instead of making 3%, I think I took home 1.5%. From that one particular client, they're probably giving me about 6, 7, 8. It's been a lot of
7.
6. It's been a lot of clients. I can't even think. I just know from that particular individual, not only have they given me clients, they became a friend.
Yeah.
Family.
Yeah.
They are. I would say they are one of the reasons I'm where I'm at today. That was one of my first. That time that was luxury. So that was actually one of my first luxury deals at the time too.
Yeah, I remember my first 560. I was like, this is a luxury home.
Yeah. In San Antonio, Texas.
But it's crazy. I mean, if you think about just how time has changed, I mean, if you think about 10 years ago, if you were selling a $500,000 house, that was a luxury home.
For sure.
It's insane. I mean, just how the market changes in such a quick period.
Yeah. I do want to share, we'll end with this. And I wrote this. I don't have my phone, but I know I wrote on social media. I said, with all the division in our country, it often feels like two siblings bickering each one pointing the finger, each one blaming the other. But real change doesn't start with blame, it starts within. If we truly want to make the world better, we have to look inward first. Go hug someone, go bless someone financially, go serve someone who doesn't look like you, believe like you, or live like you. Small acts of love and service can break through walls that arguments never will. Be the example, be the light, be the change.
Guys, thank you for spending some time with Allan and Andrew on The Real Deal today. We look forward. We'll come back at you next week with more real insight into deals, the markets, and reality. So thank you. Please like and share, and we'll be back at you soon.